so that's on all the time. Also on the screen, it's linked to VASCAR, which is Visual Average Speed Computer and Recorder, which is basically a time and distance way of working an average speed. That will display onto the screen the date, the current time, the speed that the vehicle is doing constantly, and then when VASCAR's working, the distance travelled, the time travelled, and the average speed which we come out with. We then move to different other features on the vehicle. We've got a display sign on the back window, which is controlled by this box, which when we push it on, turns up into the window and displays various signs: police, police slow, and police stop, alternating between the two. And we can also display that to the front if we require. The video recorder, there's a video recorder stored in the boot, and that's turned on and off with this means of this handheld control, so we can play, record, just like a normal video recorder in anybody's house. We've then got flashing headlights and blue lights in the front, so there's blue lights which are displayed to the front by means of that device, and flashing headlights to assist us to get through the traffic. We've got rear reds, which alternate rear fog lights on the back, which is a warning device, and also a whale and a out device to help stop the vehicle. If you were to get stopped by it, you'd realise it wasn't just a normal rover. It's our enforcement and education vehicle. What we do with this car, it's called Tango 30, and it's for speed enforcement and obviously speed driver education. What we see is video recorded, and we then show to the driver and either report the driver or give advice and caution in whichever we feel is the most appropriate action. We can cover anywhere within our allocated areas. We're southern traffic, and from Tapo we will cover Slough, Maidenhead, Windsor, Ascot, towards Henley, Ivor. We've got a vast expanse, and also we've got the M4 and the M25. The majority of the public are totally surprised. As I said before, they're not looking for a police vehicle that doesn't look like a police vehicle. You'll get the ones that will immediately put their hands up, yes, and they realise that that's it at the end of the day, that they've been caught fair and square, and then you get the one that says, no, I wasn't. And then you pull him back to the passenger seat, you rewind the film and show him, and when he's picked his jaw up, he then says, yes, I was doing that, but they don't realise that they were doing it. And as you can appreciate, nobody likes having their driving criticised, no matter who you are. Everybody is the best driver in the world. But it's sheer surprise. I had a gentleman in a Jag on the motorway for speeding, and he was surprised, and he was very impressed with the quality of the film, saying how clear it was. But yeah, it's shock and amazement, I think, would probably be the easiest way of describing it. Just realised 102 miles an hour now, the speed limit is 70. He's getting slightly caught in traffic, which is going to be decreasing his speed, but we've got a constant gap between us. We're doing 96 miles an hour. So obviously at 70 miles an hour, he's well in excess of the required speed limit. We'll follow him along a bit further. I will be talking to him anyway, but when he clears his traffic, I've a feeling that he'll obviously get back up to the speed. Plus we've got bridges approaching, and I wouldn't wish to pull him on the hard shoulder, because to get back onto the motorway he'd have to encounter the bridge, and it wouldn't be safe for him to rejoin the motorway. So we need to find a good safe space to stop him before we can do it. And we're now coming off at the junction. Basically the last minute thing. If he was coming off at the junction, we should have really been in further back there, this is a good place to stop in, and I'll illuminate the blue lights and indicate for him to stop. Just now pull onto the hard shoulder. The reason I've stopped you, sir, I've been following you down the motorway, and your speed was registered 102 miles an hour at one point. Obviously, the speed limit is 70 miles an hour. I have to caution you that you don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence.
I didn't go...
Do you understand?
Yeah, well, I'm positive I didn't go that fast.
What I'd like to show you, if I put you in my passenger seat, I've got a video camera there, and there's a speed device linked to the video camera, and I can show you exactly what you were doing. Right, that's your vehicle there, sir. Well, 102 miles an hour.
That's your speed?
Yeah, and I've just said to you, what I'm doing, I'm matching... No, hang on, no, you'll watch the speed decrease. I'm matching your speed. There is a constant gap between us. Never decreases nor increases. I will keep a constant speed. Right, we're down to 92 now.
Right.
Right. I'm not catching. I'm keeping the gap. Yeah, you're slow.
No, I think you're catching me.
Right, hang on. The speed is now coming down. We're down to 86 miles an hour. Okay.
You have caught me.
Yeah, I'm catching you up now.
Yeah.
I'm not disputing that because we're...
No, what I'm disputing is the 100 and
right.
whatever.
Let's go back. Let's go back and see if we can go back a bit further, and I'll point it out to you again. Right. 92 miles an hour, 93. No, I'm not disputing that. 92.
Yeah. That's what...
You're neither pulling away from me. Now you are, and I'm having to increase again. But for a short time, I'm not saying any length of time, but we got to a speed where that gap didn't increase, which was 102 miles an hour, which is what I'm pointing out to you.
Yeah.
Right, now you're beginning to get caught in traffic, and I'm obviously bringing my speed down accordingly with yourself. There's not such a great gap that there was. You know, obviously you're catching the traffic in front. We're still doing 92 miles an hour there.
That's the speed I thought I was doing.
Right, okay. You just admitted to yourself that you were doing 92. Is there any reason why you were doing such a speed?
I was just basically going with the traffic. I knew I was doing over 80, but I didn't think I was doing much, but I never travelled much above 90, to be quite honest.
But obviously, I've just proved that you did. I mean, the flow of the traffic, you say you were going with the flow of the traffic. You've caught the flow of the traffic up again. So the flow of the traffic is obviously going less than 90 miles an hour. Yeah?
Well, there were some cars on the outside lane. I mean, you know, you're there.
I'm there. As I say, we're travelling along. The rough speed of the traffic is 78, 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, I held my hand up to the... Yeah.
And what I would also say to you, when you did come off at the junction, you left it rather late.
I wasn't going to get off here. I was going to actually get off at the next one.
Right.
I was unsure which... Yeah.
You've got to treat everybody else as an idiot, OK? You coming off late may well have somebody else not accounting for that. Yeah. I'm not going to let you in. And next thing you know, you're spinning across the carriageway because we have an accident.
All right.
When you rejoin the motorway, can I get you to use the hard shoulder, build your speed up, and just then pull back out when it's safe to do so?
OK.
All right then, thank you, sir.
Just smile for the cameras.
You can do that.
How do you actually feel about being stopped?
Well, he's doing his job, isn't he? I was speeding. I held my hands up to that. I disputed the 100 and whatever he said, because I think he was catching me up. But I held my hands up to the 92. I'm, you know, just on the motorway. Personally, I think that's okay. 90 miles an hour. As long as you stay your distance and you can stop in time, that's okay. So, well, there you have it.
Basically, I've reported the driver for the excess speed of 92, which was the speed, which was basically the distance I covered was 92, which was a constant. I pointed out to him that he went to the 102, and that the fact that if he does exceed 100, he does stand the possibility of getting a ban. I reported him rather than cautioned him. Obviously, 92 is still fast, but he's got points on his licence which are from previous speeding offences, so obviously he's not learning from receiving tickets. And maybe the only way that that person is ever going to slow down is if the courts impose a ban, taking the privilege of driving away from him, and then they might just sink home the financial penalty of losing a car, or that might do to him. Nobody likes to make people lose their driving licence, but if people won't learn, then it's the only way. So he'll be receiving a summons through the post to go to court.
Our special thanks to Martin Harper and the rest of the gang at Thames Valley Police, and that of course went out a little bit earlier on this year. It is